Welcome to today's collective reading. This is TrinityGaiaOracle. For today's reading, I pulled some power animal cards, and we have the elephant here, which very like Ganesh, also getting Shambhala, like happiness. And then we have the swan. What's interesting here is it speaks of like beauty and transformation, but there's a loss of innocence. So you are aware of the darkness of like the beak of the swan. You're aware you've lived that, but you have chosen to really just let this light be celebrated, this lotus bloom, and appreciate the shadow, the moon. It's a celebration of the contrast. And then we have the dove, and this is really a beautiful image. Very yin-yang, balance, harmony, give, take, contrast, yet again. Peace, divine inspiration. And being that it started with the elephant, Ganesh is like the remover of obstacles. Like, good luck stopping that elephant, and you just might want to get out of the way. So you have definitely releasing your fears and choosing to give to what you appreciate. The simple things are incredibly powerful. Like if you encounter a butterfly or a moth, or the clouds part just perfectly when you're outside to be able to glimpse the moon and just appreciate that moment, just kind of sit in the magic of it. Choosing to see the good, the glass being half full instead of half empty. If you find yourself also with this fear thing, there's a concept present of what stories are you writing? Are you writing, well, if this happened, and then that happened, and then, oh my gosh, and none of it's happened yet. To, like, yeah, you're aware of that. You've been there. You've done that. You've experienced that. But you choose to go, that's not actually what I'm going to give to. We have Akashic records that came through, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. Akashic records is many things, and many people, they really relate to it in many ways. If you're just beginning this, it's probably the simplest way outside of like the lore and what everybody's, like goes into great depth with. It's being connected to all of you. It's not outside of you. It's not separate from you. It is you. It is you. The first connection that you end up making there is the concept of the higher self. Like they know to turn left here. So they come back in time, or they come back to you in this time, or themselves in this time, and they give you a little extra nudge to, avoid whatever could happen if you were to turn in a certain direction. And you listen. You listen. You listen because you're watching a reading like this. You're going to be someone who's aware of a part of them that they can't quite explain, but they know is real. They know is real. Just too many synchronicities for it to not be a thing. So you'll begin to develop an awareness of this, and it may be something that becomes more and more personal, but it is built upon the language of love that transcends, our 3D experience of it. Stargate heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. This is Emerald City. This card always speaks to me of Emerald City. You maybe started out, I did a reading quite a while ago about how this river was just starting to feed this water surrounding this Emerald City. And, I just heard this the other day, that the throne of the divine is emerald. I can't remember, I think it was in like one of the oldest texts of the old scripture, like the oldest, like before we interpret it, possibly like one of the last books, but it mentioned, if anybody knows this, feel free to leave a comment or link it below. in a comment, that'd be great. That would be awesome. But there is water here now. Like, this is flowing much more freely because you've removed obstacles. You have connected with more of all of you. Choosing to give to the good and not underappreciating or demeaning or putting down the power of the challenges that you've experienced that have tried to block you. They have been teachers. Okay, and then we have soul star activation. Ooh. It's a hawk. Feels very like Egyptian vibe to it. The Merkaba, the pyramid within a pyramid that rapidly rotates. It's like a shield around your energy body. Also, this kind of reminds me of like a guitar pick shape. Any other artists out there? That's a shout out, I guess. Like if you play guitar, you understand the power of the resonance and vibration. Fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are, not being told who you are, not being projected upon or letting somebody else tell you. You're learning from yourself who you are because you love yourself. And that includes the appreciation of the lessons, of the pain you've experienced, of the contrast, of the challenges that you've overcome. Okay, we'll get at least one more here, Spirit, and we'll move into we'll see what card they want, what deck they want me to use. Ooh, this is a lot of heart, a lot of love energy here. Higher self heart activation. Oh, interesting. I put the self in there. Higher heart activation. Dropping shields, divine love. Your heart is healed. I'm getting time travel, portal. Also, this is like a brilliant pink sun coming over horizon. It's a path that you've been on. You could just see all these flowers here. It's just so abundant. And this is something you're choosing. You're not feeling the need to fear. You have made friends with your dark. The dark energy. You are in balance with both. You don't shy away from one to only embrace the other. You have integrated both. And the resonance is incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. This is protected. No question about it. It's protected because it's in love. Like if there is to be a mantra for this reading, then I honestly haven't said anything about mantras before in a reading, but it would be, I love myself. I love myself. You don't get to this if you don't love yourself. You've got that heart. Now you're going for the higher heart. You're going for the soul heart. You got the Stargate heart, the soul star, the higher heart. Like, yeah, your higher self, man. Your soul. There is so much love right now. So the fear that you could possibly give to of creating these false stories possibly is something that you're used to kind of going through with in the self-sabotage you feel in your past. Like you've completely, like there is so much love here. The fear holds no power. It is, there's no space for it. There's just no space for it. It's flat. It just falls flat. Like, oh, interesting. It had me do one more. Okay. They had me do one more. Oh, they being like your spirit team and your spirit guides working with my own right now to co-create this reading. Gaia gateway activation. So I understand why they did this. And it's interesting too, because they had me doing this. The Venusian Galactic Council. Ooh. So this is being grounded. All of this is grounded in the physical reality. It's not only in like your dreams and telepathy and the higher levels of dimension. You're going to be living this in your physical reality. And that makes sense because, yeah, we incarnated for a reason. We are here for a reason. We are meant to anchor this level of love in to this reality. And by doing so, we actually pull the vibration of Gaia, of Earth, higher. With the rainbow here, the balance, the protection, the elevation of it all. Wow. This is a beautiful reading. I am so humbled to be reading this, to be co-creating with you guys with this. Oh my gosh. This is the collective that is elevating that is a part of the new earth that they talk about, where it's a higher level of vibration versus a lower. This is the collective that is raising the vibration to a higher state, no longer living in fear, refusing to live in fear. When you have this much love in like you love yourself, so you can see love in others, so you can see yourself in others, which is the very meaning of Namaste. It's recognizing that love in them and saying hello. It's saying hello to the divine in them. And this is all being anchored in. We get to live this, guys. Oh my gosh, that's just so awesome. I'm like, oh my gosh, this energy is really intense. The Venusian Galactic Council. Actually, I need to eat maybe. Star being guides, answer the call, and time to shine. Very clearly, you are a light being. You are a light being. Third eye, brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. If there was any energy that had thought or desires to interfere in any way, shape, or form to create fear, interfere, fear, yeah, no, they don't get to do that. They don't get to do that. Your intuition is opening. Your third eye is expanding. It's like it's the right words here that they're trying to. Your third eye has always been there, has always been open. You were always aware of things, always able to see deeper insights into things. And it set you apart. Wow, this is pure channel right now. It set you apart. These challenges were to allow you to gain the muscle strength to be able to actually move that intuition and do so without hurting yourself. Almost as though it was an atrophy. When you came into this world, the muscle had atrophied. So all these challenges allowed you to strengthen that muscle, and you're continuing to do that. Your brow chakra, in this very essence, you are continuing to become stronger and stronger and stronger. So your third eye is continuing to be able to open more and more and more because you're able to handle knowing more and more and more. Think about it like a muscle. Yeah. Wow, that's profound. Yet again, another sunrise. You are a light being. Yeah. Beautiful. So for who that's meant for, I'm a feeling it's like the majority of the individuals watching this. Very, very profound and beautiful. Do we have any messages for the collective tuning in, going into their daily lives, into their worlds, knowing this information, receiving these synchronicities? Divine. Spirit, Source. Whoop. Okay. Embrace the flow of life, Gemini. Getting mirror. How do you mirror yourself? How do others mirror you back to you? There may be one in particular, an individual in particular, that you're manifesting and they're manifesting you. This could be a love connection. Yes, it can be. With all this love coming in, it would make sense, but do not forget to look within yourself first. I love myself. You must be able to see yourself, spend time with yourself, to understand yourself clearly as you continue to move through strengthening these muscles. This is foundational to do this with yourself first. It is the foundation that your inner elephant, this white elephant, this Ganesh, removes obstacles and supports happiness. This foundation of knowing yourself, spending time with yourself to see how you are reflecting to yourself. Spend some time just in meditation. Maybe you want to just sit in the mirror and look at yourself and have a conversation with yourself. Or this could definitely then, from there, begin to be something that you can do with energies outside of you that will be mirroring yourself back to you. Every interaction that you have with someone, they're mirroring you. They're actually there wanting to have insight into themselves. They don't necessarily know that. And you're similar, but sometimes when you're someone like this, it's as though their soul has a contract to encounter you. To have someone that can reflect, to encounter someone like you, yeah, you're someone who shakes things up, who takes stagnant water and puts ripples in it, and creates a more healthy environment within that water by challenging the status quo. And sometimes you're just present. We have be proud of yourself. This path at times may feel isolating and lonely, and others won't necessarily understand. But with that Taurus energy, be stubborn in knowing that you are doing beautiful things within you, creating, ooh, that one hopped, a lot of beautiful change in the world around you as a result. Your ripple is felt, and it is positive. With New Moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. Yes, yes, yes. Know that you are creating positive change. Oh boy, that is way too much. Okay. But don't lose, stay grounded. Stay grounded. Pulling in this higher heart into Gaia. Full moon in Capricorn. Reality check. Stay grounded. It's sometimes it's hard to come back to the physical and be like, oh, I need to go grocery shopping. Oh, you mean pay bills? I'm so distracted by all this intuitive stuff. But you need to come back to that, to have that foundation. That's the anchoring in. And then step up and lead. New moon in Capricorn. When you encounter these opportunity scenarios where individuals do encounter you, and you know that there's some kind of a soul contract between the two of you, they're looking at you and going, what do I see of myself in this individual I've just encountered? You are leading them, but you're the channel. You're the image, the reflection that has been placed there for them to perfectly see exactly what it is that they need to understand about themselves. So you're leading in that, you're surrendering to that process. You're giving them the opportunity to value their challenges and choose the positive. To choose to see the world glass half full and remove any obstacles between them and that ability to continue to choose that. Oh my goodness. It was like I was trying to say 2 or 3 things there. So in that moment, you're leading. You're leading by example. You have to actually make a choice to share yourself with the world in that, to share yourself. And this is saying, it's as long as you're grounding this in, you're able to meet people where they are that are not necessarily here. That's exactly what this is saying. So say you're vibrating at like this range and you haven't grounded back into your physical and paid the bills and gone grocery shopping and handled the 3D gone, for a walk or whatnot. Someone here is meant to interact with you, but they can't understand you because you haven't done this part to be able to come back through here in this range. So they're a little too out of your range because you haven't grounded it in. As long as you're grounding it in your range of which you can mirror for individuals and lead so they can see the part of them in you that, they have a soul contract with you to be able to go, hey, let's shake up your waters a little bit and go, you're not necessarily seeing things clearly, and they'll come to that on their own. They're like, wow, whoa, that's a good point. That's probably all it is you have a good point. And they'll start them doing their own work. It's just providing them the space to be able to question. And if you have not grounded all of this into the physical, they may not be able to hear what needs to be heard. You may not have the energy or the words to be able to put it in I don't want to use those words because they're kind of like raw, but like layman's terms. Like if you're an expert in technology and you have someone who is not an expert in that particular aspect of technology, and you're needing them to understand why you're doing what you're doing because they have to make a decision so you can proceed. You have to be able to take it out of the technical jargon and bring it down to as basic of a way of explaining the dynamic even as possible to be able to reach them. So as long as you're grounding, you're going to be able to reach these people that are possibly on the lower side of the bell curve, but you're going to be able to reach them, which means like nobody left behind kind of a deal. All of you gets to come along, not just, those that are in the top half, like if you look at it like the namaste concept and then apply no one left behind. There you go. As long as you stay grounded, there's nobody that you won't be able to reach. If they have been placed in your path, they're there for a reason. There's a soul contract. That's not saying you're responsible for every single, individual in existence. That is, whoa, that's a lot. No. That's way too much. You're not alone in this, obviously. We have the Venusian Galactic Council here. There's a whole council helping you, assisting you, guiding you, and many, many more aspects. But those that you do encounter, as long as you ground in, you are covering as much of the vibration, state of mind, self-love, as you possibly can, and giving as many opportunities as you possibly can then to everyone that you are meant to encounter to be able to walk this path. Maybe not in this lifetime, but to begin to do those processes, to not be left behind, right? Yeah. All right. I am incredibly grateful to each and every one of you that is tuned in for this beautiful reading and honored to have co-created it with you. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe so more individuals that are looking for these synchronicities at the perfect time will be able to get this message. The divine within me honors the divine within you. Namaste.